All right, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Leah, and I'm here with Amanda Fellows from YouthCALL Service Link. We're going live on Facebook and YouTube today. So we'll give it a few minutes and let some people join the broadcast. We're really excited to talk a little bit about some of the work that's happening in the South Simcoe area with YouthCALL Service Link. And Amanda, who's with me, is the program manager for YouthCALL. So we're really happy and honored to have her here to speak with us. We'll let the audience grow a little bit, but I wanted to just mention that the reason why we're doing this live today is to provide some insight into the collaborative work that United Way Simcoe Muskoka is doing across the Simcoe Muskoka region. So my name is Leah Wells, and I am the marketing specialist with United Way Simcoe Muskoka. And Amanda Fellows is with me from YouthCALL Service Link, and she is from YouthCALL, and she is the program manager, which we'll be talking about today. If you're joining us live, maybe give us a little wave in the comment section. Let us know where you're tuning in from. If you're, here in the Simcoe County region, or if you're from outside of the area, we'd love to know where everyone is tuning in from. So thank you, everyone, for joining us today. If you want to make any comments throughout the broadcast, please feel free to say hello or ask questions in the comments. And we'll make sure that we take an opportunity at the end that if we don't address your comments or your questions, that we'll take the opportunity to do that. Okay, so it looks like we've got some people joining us. I want to say thank you so much. We've got some people from Aurelia, from Bradford. Thank you for letting us know. Now, if you are tuning into the replay, because we will leave this video up, please just drop the word replay and let us know where you're tuning in from, even if you're not watching us live. All right, so like I mentioned, my name is Leah Wells. I am the Marketing and Communication Specialist with United Way Simcoe Muskoka, and I'm joined by Amanda Fellows from YouthCALL Service Link. Before we jump in to our conversation with Amanda, I'm going to go through a land acknowledgement. So thank you very much for being here. As we begin, United Way Simcoe Muskoka acknowledges that we are situated on the traditional land of the Anishinaabe. The Anishinaabe include the Ojibwe, Odawa, and the Potawatomi nations, collectively known as the Three Fires Confederacy. The Huron-Wendat and the Haudenosaunee nations have also walked on this territory over time. We are dedicated to honoring Indigenous history and culture and committed to moving forward in the process of reconciliation and respect with all First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people. Okay, so thank you everyone for being here. So the reason why we're going live today is to talk about some of the work that we're doing across the Simcoe Muskoka region. And today we're focusing on YouthCALL Service Link. So YouthCALL Service Link, we'll talk a little bit about where the project idea came from and who exactly it serves. But it is one of the 6 collaborative projects that we are funding as an organization across the Simcoe Muskoka region. And the projects were chosen based on the needs that are specific to the area that they're placed in. So we're working hard with our partners, on the ground to be responsive to the needs of the community. So I'm going to pass it over to Amanda Fellows, who I've had the honor of working with and speaking with many times. She'll give us an introduction, and then we'll kind of get into some of the questions. So Amanda, do you want to tell us a little bit about your work with YouthCALL Service Link and a little bit about your background?
Sure. So thanks, Leah, and thanks for having me today. I'm really excited to chat about YouthCALL, and really grateful for the support that United Way provides for this project. So like Leah said, my name is Amanda Fellows, and I'm the program manager for community development at Catholic Family Services, and I oversee our YouthCALL program. And I was responsible for the kind of design and implementation of the project alongside the 6 partners that work 5 partners that work on this project. And we can chat about that as we go. And so it certainly has been a whirlwind of a couple of years, but YouthCALL is growing, and we're really excited to be offering this program in South Simcoe. And we've been supporting lots of youth through this initiative. So excited to chat about the work that we're doing today.
Excellent. So can you maybe provide a bit of background about why the YouthCALL Service Link program was developed?
Sure. So I think there's probably kind of 2 key reasons why this kind of became a need, or we understood it as a need in our community. The first one is just an emphasis on kind of intended collaboration. So, which is really great. United Way's concept of collaborative impact grants, or encouraging community agencies to work together, was really important, because as community service providers, we also see that need it's a consistent need. And so this project involves 5 other partners, including our agency. We lead the project, but we're also partnered with the Gilbert Center, New Path Youth and Family Services, Contact Community Services, Youth Haven, and Canadian Mental Health, or CMHA York South Simcoe. And so through this project and this intentional collaboration, we've been working together to kind of inform and change service pathways, especially for youth. So this service is specifically directed at transitional-aged youth, which we know are a vulnerable population group. And so we're looking to change things like not having youth have to repeat their stories, fill out paperwork in multiple organizations, and things that create gaps and cracks within the system and discourage people from getting connected to the service that they want to be connected to. So it was developed so that youth could call one number, and then get connected to the place that they needed to be. And through that one number, then secondly, they're also able to not go knocking on a whole bunch of doors to determine what the best service is for them. The system navigator becomes the expert on the community resources. And so when somebody calls in looking for service, that person knows, where is the best place for them to get connected? What's the eligibility criteria, so that we're reducing those barriers to service, and kind of hoping to prevent some of that discouragement where people say, you know what, forget it, I'm not looking to get connected anymore.
Absolutely. It can be overwhelming to take advantage of some of the services that are out there if you don't know who to call or where to start. So it's excellent that there is one number that youth can call. Now, you mentioned transitional-aged youth. So can you give us a little bit background on how old, or the age, the target demographic that YouthCALL is intended for?
Yeah, so we classify transitional-aged youth as that 14 to 28. And I think sometimes older aged youth, that 18 plus, think they can't access services that are described as youth.
Right.
But the reality is that, when we're 18 plus, or when we're transitioning, there's lots of big life transitions. Maybe you're going off to school, maybe you're going out to work, maybe you're getting a new place and living on your own for the first time. And so some of those transitionary periods that people are naturally moving through throughout the course of their life, those are important pieces, and oftentimes some of the times where we need the most support, right? So that's why it's important to have a place where you can reach out if you need things like employment support, or if you need support around education, or if you need help finding an apartment, or if you're struggling with anxious thoughts because of all of these transitions, there's a place to get connected. So we call it transitional age youth is 14 to 28, and the service is there for anyone in that age range.
Excellent. So if you check out YouthCALL Service Link's Instagram page, you will see Yondel the llama. Can you tell us a little bit about why a llama was chosen as the mascot?
Sure. So one of the kind of taglines for YouthCALL is that it's a live answer helpline where there's no judgment and no drama, right? So people can come and get access to that service. And so we kind of played on that no drama piece. I don't know if you've ever heard the no drama llama concept. And so also llamas are great.
Yeah.
So it was a mix of two. Yeah, and cute. So Yondel is the no drama llama, and Yondel, the name Yondel, comes from that first yo, and then NDL stands for no drama llama. So yo, no drama llama, that's where Yondel's name comes from. But yes, that's why we chose them, because they are the no drama llama.
Awesome. So we've talked a little bit about who can access YouthCALL Service Link, but what are the ways that people can get in touch with YouthCALL?
Sure. So we have a phone number. So we have a live answer phone number that's available during the week, and you can call, text, or email. There's also a youth call email, so you can call or text the phone line. You can also email the service navigator, so all of that information is there. We also have a Discord server, which is another way that youth can get connected. And you do have to text in order to get connected to the youth call Discord server, but it's a great place. It's been growing, a great place for youth to kind of hang out and get connected to other youth. Also, the system navigator connects on the Youth Call Discord, so that's been really great. And so he's there to be able to provide resources or for your mental health needs or housing needs. Information about our partner agencies is on there. So it's a great place to find information if you're looking for resources. Also a great place to talk about other things like I know nothing about, like anime, for example, or fashion or sports. So there's lots of cool things happening there. It's a pretty happening Discord server. So if you're into Discord, it's a cool place to get connected.
That's excellent. It's kind of a nice added benefit of the program being on Discord. So
it is, and I think the greatest piece about it is that when with the collective impact grants, initially when we had applied for this funding or we were looking to partner and provide this service in the community, we really thought we would have a physical space, right? A place where youth could walk through. And with the pandemic, that certainly changed and shifted. And so the beauty of United Way is there's always been kind of flexibility and fluidity in terms of meeting the needs in the community. And so, in light of the pandemic, we needed to make shifts. And so it became a live answer phone call or phone line, and United Way was very supportive of that. And now we've built a Discord as a way to have low barrier outreach for youth. And so United Way has been a great supporter through this process of being able to attend to community needs. And certainly as an agency, we're grateful for that. And the partners have been really grateful for that.
excellent. That's great to hear. And we are very grateful for the work that you're doing and how responsive you are able to be to the community and their specific needs. You've mentioned a couple of reasons why people call YouthCALL Service Link. What are some of the kind of the biggest needs or the most prominent needs that people are calling in for support with?
Yeah, so I'd say the top three kind of presenting challenges, definitely mental health is up there, housing and employment support. So youth are calling in because they're struggling to get a job, or they need help knowing where to connect, or how to revamp a resume, or look for skills around how to secure employment, or sometimes it's needing better employment because they're vicariously housed, they need a new apartment. They're oftentimes living in rooming houses where there's lots of other people and they need a more secure, safe, or stable place to live. And of course, employment goes hand in hand with that. And then, of course, we continue to see higher rates of anxiety and depression, and all of those kind of lasting impacts from the pandemic, for sure, continuing to impact mental health. And so, certainly impacting housing and employment as well, too, right? So, so I would say those are probably the three biggest challenges that youth are calling with.
So I think I know the answer to this question. If a youth were to call in, and would there ever be a situation where you would turn them away or kind of pass them on to another service?
Not typically. The biggest piece, I think, an important piece to note is that the system navigator is there to support through the process. And so whether you're getting connected to a partner at the table, so for example, if a youth calls in, we might be working alongside Youth Haven in order to get them housing if that was their presenting challenge. But we don't just ship them off to Youth Haven and say best of luck, right? So the youth navigator is working alongside the youth, advocating for them, ensuring they get connected to the services they get connected to, supporting them in filling out paperwork, like all of those pieces. And so I think whether we're referring outside of the collaborative partners or inward to our collaborative partners, the youth navigator is always walking hand in hand with the youth through that process.
That's such an important role to make sure that, the youth aren't dropping off if they're not getting frustrated, or if they are, they have somebody to kind of help them navigate all of the services. So that's terrific.
I think that's what's unique about the program, right? So because there's lots of great referral resources out there in the community, we have lots of great partners who do some of that work. And I think what this project has allowed us to do is provide more individualized support in that process and also follow up, right? So if a youth isn't getting connected, then that advocacy work is happening with the community partner, and the youth navigators also following up with the youth to make sure that they got what they needed in those pieces. So it certainly helps a lot.
Excellent. So not too long ago, we hosted an event together, the Connecting the Dots documentary and panel discussion, which you facilitated. Thank you so much, Amanda, for that. I thought that was a really great discussion and demonstrated kind of the flexibility and the willingness for YouthCALL and the collaborative partners to come out and support the youth in that region. So that was a really great conversation, and I'm excited to see what the next steps will be for that in terms of youth mental health. So if anybody's watching this live and hasn't had the opportunity to watch the documentary Connecting the Dots, check out our Facebook page. We have lots of information about it. We will be posting a blog post later this week about the documentary screening that we did have and some of the localized stats that talks about mental health among the local youths. So thank you for that. I wanted to kind of open it up to see if there's any questions from the people who are watching this live about the program that Amanda can help to answer. Okay, we've got lots of great comments about how fantastic the program is. So thank you, everybody. Amanda, is there anything else you wanted to add about the program or what makes it unique or the team that you're working with?
I just thought it's growing and there's going to be lots of new programming come the fall. We're looking at running the Youth Navigators going to be running a youth DBT group. We're partnering with CMHA to run a mindfulness program for youth in the fall. And so I think it's great if you can keep checking out our website because the information will be uploaded there, and follow us on Instagram if you're not already, because the youth stuff or youth information will be posted there. We're also looking to establish a youth advisory come the fall. We have 2 youth ambassadors who currently work on the project, really wanting to integrate the youth voice into service direction and service pathways. And so if you know youth who might be interested in having a voice in what that looks like, then check out the website because we'll be posting for new youth advisors to establish that come the fall too. So lots of cool things coming up. Instagram and the website would be great.
I love to see how the program is always kind of growing and it's fluid and it's changing based on the needs of the community. Brian has a question. He says it's awesome that Discord is used as a platform for YouthCALL. How did the staff start using that tool, and was it an easy implementation, or was it something that you kind of learned over time?
Yeah, so actually, so the Gilbert Center, like I mentioned, is a part of this collaborative initiative. And over the course of the pandemic, they used to offer in-person groups for 2S LGBTQ youth. And over the pandemic, shifted to a Discord platform. And so with this project, we were able to help do some mental health support on their Discord, which has been really great just because a lot of the youth on there were asking for mental health support, and then worked with them. Actually, truthfully, the Gilbert Center built our whole Discord server platform. They worked with us, recognizing there was a massive need for this low barrier outreach and access to mental health support and services. And so they helped us build the Discord, and mainly because the youth wanted it. So yeah, it's really cool. It does totally speak to the benefit of collaboration. I would agree with that 110%. And they're an exceptional partner in the community and to us. And so so it was really great. And so now our Discord is hopping, and there's lots of great stuff happening on there. And certainly we get referrals to more one-on-one support through the Discord server, right? So youth might come in initially just looking to connect on the Discord, and then the system navigator's there, building rapport, chatting, and is able to then support them offline, right? In other ways, getting connected to the resources they need. So shout out to the Gilbert Center. for all their help.
Thank you to the Gilbert Center.
Yeah.
You all rock. Thank you. Thank you so much for taking us through this. I wanted to ask, is there any more questions for Amanda that we can help answer while we're here in live? If you are watching the replay, please don't hesitate to leave a question in the comments, because Amanda and I will be checking back and making sure all of the questions are answered. You can also check out the United Way Simcoe Muskoka website, or of course the YouthCALL social media channels to find out more information. And we're always happy to speak to or answer questions about the programs. What I love about the collaborative projects across the regions is that we're all working towards the same goal, right? And it's great to see the agencies partnering together to, to make things better for our youth and for all of the residents across Simcoe Muskoka. So, all right. Well, I think that's it. Unless you had anything else to add, Amanda?
I think I'm good. Thank you so much for having me.
It's been such a pleasure. Thank you for helping us to share with our audience the important work that's being done right there in the community in the South Simcoe area. So thank you everyone for joining us, and be sure to check back the rest of the week. We have lots of great content coming related to YouthCALL, more information. And again, we'll have that blog post coming out of our Connecting the Dots screening and panel discussion that we had back in June. All right. Well, thank you very much, Amanda. You're the best. You're doing great work in the community. So thank you for being here.
The feeling is mutual.
Excellent. All right. Take care.
Bye.